Tempt. Romance audiobooks. A safe place to explore your dreams.
Chapter 1. Trudy. I can almost always find something to laugh at. It's my special gift. Less glamorous than being able to sing or dance, but more useful than a photographic memory. Who wants to remember everything? Not me. I want happiness, laughter, and good times with the people I love. But right now, standing in front of a full-length mirror in one of the Persephone's closet dressing rooms, holding the gaze of the scantily dressed, heavily lipsticked woman in the reflection, I'm so terrified that absolutely nothing is funny. Not one flipping thing. I don't know about that. I adjust the straps of my black bra, mind blown by the depths of my new cleavage. Small animals could get lost in there and never be found. The fact that you look like a D cup in that bra is pretty funny. Of course, the man who takes me home tonight probably won't be amused by the fact that I'm barely a B under all this padding. Or that my right breast sits a little higher than my left because absolute symmetry isn't as common in nature as scientists would have you believe. And because I'm just a normal person, not a model or an actress, or one of those women who believe in blowing tens of thousands of dollars fixing problems that are purely cosmetic and might actually be considered cute by someone who loves them. Gail, my university sweetheart, thought my slightly lopsided boobs were adorable. He named one Perky and one Droopy, and when he was drunk, he would make them talk to each other. And we would laugh until we made ourselves sick. But my auction starts at $300,000. I don't have much experience with billionaires who prefer to pay for company in the bedroom. Any experience, in fact. But I assume symmetry is something that's taken for granted in that price range. Unless all these men truly care about is my intact hymen. My breath rushes out in something close to a laugh. Hymen. What a totally weird word that is when you think about it. But that's why I'm here. My ancient, yet miraculously intact hymen, the presence of which was verified 45 minutes ago by a physician. Persephone's closet has a reputation to uphold, after all, and they wouldn't want to put a 25-year-old virgin up for sale unless her never-been-sexed state had been verified by a licensed professional. I could tell Sarah, the woman who will be overseeing my auction, was surprised by the thumbs up from the doc. No matter how many times I assured her that I've never made special friends with a penis, she remained skeptical. Not that I can really blame her. It's rare these days for a woman to make it to the doddering old age of 5 and 20 without sealing the deal. It's even more rare for women who aren't particularly religious, unattractive, or uptight about their bodies. God and I agreed to disagree about the way he conducts business shortly after my mother's death. I don't have a shy bone in my body, at least not under normal circumstances when I'm not wearing skimpy lingerie or preparing to prance around half naked in front of strangers, and I'm perfectly pleasant to look at. I'm not beautiful like my sister, but I'm passably pretty. As long as you don't mind red hair that refuses to do anything but coil in wild corkscrews, pale green eyes set a little too far apart, and the aforementioned asymmetrical breasts. I have nice skin, clear, healthy, and mostly freckle-free, thanks to my sister's diligent work with sunscreen when we were kids. Long, graceful arms, and a bootylicious backside my friend Erica assures me is my secret man-catching weapon. It's also the reason she refuses to let me out of the house when we have happy hour plans in anything but skin-tight jeans. And usually, I also have a warm, friendly smile. I try to convince my lips to curve now, but it isn't happening. The girl in the mirror's mouth only trembles slightly before resettling into the same tight, red line. Sarah insisted on red lipstick, even though I assured her it would end up all over my teeth. I'm not good with lipstick, or makeup, or walking around in lingerie and high heels without looking like an idiot. And I really suck at going to bed with strangers. Too bad, baby. In a few hours, you're going to be in bed with a stranger. Naked with a stranger. With a stranger's hands, unhooking your bra, and a stranger's tongue in your mouth, and a stranger's not going there, I mumble, my breath coming faster as adrenaline dumps into my bloodstream. My eyes squeeze shut, and another wave of, holy shit, what are you doing, Trudy? What the hell are you doing? Washes through me, making me shiver hard enough to set my teeth to chattering. I'm doing what I have to do. That's what the hell I'm doing. I'm giving my sister a chance to get better, and Millicent's child a shot at being born healthy, whole, and not addicted to drugs. Millicent and her baby deserve that chance, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to pay for rehab far from Millie's evil ex and his steady supply of opiates. Not whatever it takes. You could have embezzled the money from the foundation. No, I couldn't have embezzled from the foundation. Notes of Hope is the best thing I've done with my life so far. I'm not about to steal from a bunch of kids on a waiting list for hearing loss surgery, not even for my sister. Then you could have gone back to Connor and begged for it. He might have changed his mind if you groveled a little. Or a lot. I sigh. Most people appreciate a sunny disposition. And then there are people like my stepbrother, Connor, who hates kittens, ice cream cones, and flowers in the springtime, and who has never heard me laugh without rolling his eyes about it at least once. And I'm allegedly one of his favorite people. But his attitude with me clearly isn't personal. Connor only smiles when he's watching someone make a fool of themselves, or anticipating a crushing victory over his enemies, of which he has many. We get along well most of the time, but I wouldn't beg him for a drink of water if I were lost in the desert. I value my pride too much for that. I don't beg, I don't whine, and I will never give my stepbrother the satisfaction of thinking he's the only person who can solve my problems. I will solve my own problems, and Millie's, because I refuse to give up on my sister. Love doesn't give up. Love doesn't stop when the going gets tough. It digs in and fights harder. Love does what needs to be done, no matter what the cost. You ready, doll? Sarah's sleek black bob swings around her chin as she pops her head through the door to the dressing room. The clients are getting settled, and I'd like to open bidding in 10 minutes. I draw in a long, slow breath, pressing a hand to my bare stomach, where an unsteady pulse throbs below my navel. Ready. You remember the drill, right? Sarah's shrewd brown eyes sweep up and down my frame, from my fluffed and sprayed hair to my wobbly ankles. She's clearly not convinced her latest trembling virgin has her shit together. When the green light beside the door flicks on, enter slowly. Take your time walking around the room. Give them a chance to get a good look at you before you sit down and await further instructions. I finish for her, forcing a smile as I lift one thumb in the air. Don't worry, I won't let you down. She nods. Great. And just remember, if you're asked to do anything else, to remove your bra or panties, or indulge any unexpected requests, that means you've got a confirmed bid of at least $300,000. Money headed to the bank. I won't let them take advantage of you. If they want a preview, they're not getting it for free. I nod, running my tongue nervously over my bottom lip, only to remember I'm wearing lipstick and abort the mission, leaving my suddenly dry lips feeling parched and stiff. I'm tempted to ask what sort of unexpected requests she's talking about. But I keep my mouth shut and nod as she wishes me luck and disappears into the hall outside. It doesn't matter what these men ask me to do. Whatever it is, I'll do it. And by tomorrow morning, I'll have the money I need to take care of the people I love. And I'll no longer be a virgin. That's probably a good thing. I'll finally be free of all those teenage dreams about the perfect first time with a man who is as kind and caring as he is drop-dead sexy. I'll be able to stop fantasizing about what would have happened if I'd stayed with Brandon that night at the lake, let Gail get past third base, or had the guts to go home with my mystery man from the museum and let him take care of me the way he wanted. Maybe he wouldn't have eaten me alive and left nothing but bones and scraps of black sheath dress behind. He was scary, yes, but he was also the most magnetic person I've ever laid eyes on. Not simply breathlessly good-looking, but charged, electric. Against my better judgment, my mind goes back to that night.
You can listen to the rest of the book in the Tempt Romance audiobooks app, available on the App Store and Google Play. The link to the book is in the description. Discover even more bestsellers and exclusive stories updated weekly, only in Tempt Romance audiobooks.